Hey everyone, I wanted to sit down today and do a little talk about my skincare routine and different products I use. I'm a big fan of a company called Green People. I think they are founded in the UK, and I've been using Green People products for 4 years now, about 3 or 4 years now. They are an organic brand. As I said, I think they're founded in the UK, and their products don't contain any sodium lauryl sulfate, also known as SLS. Sodium lauryl sulfate is a very drying product, and it is found in a lot of brands, even brands that claim to be natural. Now, some people will say that sodium lauryl sulfate is good for the hair, it makes the hair shiny, but personally I like to stay clear from it. You'll find it in a lot of commercial toothpaste, and about 5 years ago I made the switch to a toothpaste which doesn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate, and I stopped getting ulcers. That was something I always used to get, mouth ulcers, inflamed gums, and I couldn't put my finger on why. I was like, I'm eating a well-rounded diet, I look after myself. And then I did some research and found out about this sodium lauryl sulfate and how in toothpaste it can cause mouth ulcers and gum inflammation. So I switched out my toothpaste. I've been using a different toothpaste now for 5 years, free of SLS. I'll say SLS because it's a little easier than sodium lauryl sulfate. So I've been using a toothpaste free of SLS now for 5 years, and I really can't remember the last time I've had an ulcer. The only time I tend to get them now is when I am run down. So, I looked more into SLS, and I found out that it's in a lot of beauty products, a lot of commercial beauty products, and it's a very drying agent. And someone like myself actually has oily combination skin. However, I've learned that it's not necessarily good to use a skin product or a face wash that has sodium lauryl sulfate in. You think, oh yeah, that's good, it's a drying product, it's going to dry up all my oil. But actually, by drying up all the oil on your face, your sebum glands are going to work overdrive and produce more oil, which is of course going to produce more acne. So just stay clear of SLS. That's what it tends to go by in brackets on the back of products, but the formal name for it is sodium lauryl sulfate. So that's one thing that Green People products don't include. They are also free of parabens, synthetics, and if anything else comes to mind as I'm talking about the products, then I'll touch on that again. So my skincare routine is a little bit more elaborate in the morning than it is in the evening, just in terms of that I use a few more moisturizing products in the morning than I do in the evening. That's just personal choice. I feel like it gives me a nice glow throughout the day. So I'll start with I'll talk through the different products used, and I'll explain when I use them. So the first I'm going to try and go in order of like what I use when in the skincare routine. So the first product I use is the Green People cleanser and makeup remover. So you've probably heard about double cleansing. For me, double cleanser means using this and then following up with a face wash. I only double cleanse at night though, not in the morning. So this is a product I'll use at night time. So whether I've worn makeup in the day or whether I've had a bare face, I'll still blend this over my face with a little cotton pad, and then I'll either wash it off, splash a bit of warm water to wash it off, or if I'm wanting a deeper cleanse, I'll use an organic cotton muslin cloth to wash it off. So that will be step one of my routine that I use in the evening. And as you can see, 91% of the products in the ingredients in this product are organic. It contains shea butter, jojoba, and calendula. I know calendula is really, really calming. This actually one is specifically for sensitive skin. So calendula is really calming. Jojoba is actually, even though it's an oil, it's really good for acne prone skin, as is shea butter. So that is step one. And you'll see that a lot of the, I can't think what I'm trying to say. I tend to use a lot of the sensitive neutral products from this blend. I feel like it has a really calming effect on my skin. And then second up is my foaming cleanser or foaming face wash. So they have another collection in the brand called Oi, and that is typically targeted at teenager and acne prone skin. They don't just have a face wash, they have a serum and a moisturizer in the Oi collection, but I just use the face wash. I've been using this now for 2 years and I absolutely love it. Even though it foams, it doesn't contain any sodium lauryl sulfate. And for me, I feel like I need to use 2 pumps to get a deep cleanse, but I love the foaming cleanser so much. I've used a foaming cleanser now for 5 years and I really wouldn't go back. Personally, it works for me and it feels like I've really cleaned my face, but without stripping away the necessary oils. So, I don't know, it's going a bit blurry. Organic Young Clear Skin Foaming Face Wash. And this has 90% of the ingredients in this are organic, and it contains ingredients like tea tree, which are really antiseptic, willow bark. I'm trying to think what else. It doesn't have the ingredients on the back. But those are the 2 prominent ingredients in it, willow bark and tea tree. So because this collection is targeted at acne prone teenager skin, it's going to use ingredients that are very antiseptic to target areas where there's zits and spots. I use that in the morning and in the nighttime. In the morning, I use this without the cream cleanser beforehand, and then in the nighttime, I use the cream cleanser followed by the face wash. Next up is the serum. So let's just get a close up there. It is called, why does it keep blurring? I'm trying to get a good view. Why does it blur? Anyway, that's the best we're going to do. So it's called the Hydrating Karam Serum. I only started using a serum about 8 months ago. And again, this is from the Sensitive collection. My skin absolutely loves it. So 2 of the prime ingredients in it are Irish moss. I have a lisp, and pronouncing this really is not good for my lisp. Irish moss and marshmallow. There's too many S's in that. My lisp did not like that at all. And one of the things it claims on the front is it is anti-pollution. Other thing to mention is the Sensitive Neutral range is also scent-free. So it may just smell a bit bland or a bit like nothing, but personally I prefer products like that, especially when I'm putting them on my face. It also contains everlasting flower, green algae, and it's made without essential oils. Essential oils, I love essential oils. I like putting them on my palm points. I like putting them in a burner to infuse the air. But personally, too many of them in facial products don't work for me. They're too strong for my skin and they can almost leave me a little bit red and blotchy. So this serum, it sinks in really quickly. So I use like a little pump. I spread it over my forehead, my cheeks, my chin and my nose, and then I kind of just spread it upwards, and then I tap, and then I leave it to dry for about 20 seconds before I put the next product in. It's really hydrating, really calming, and it does feel like it kind of sets and firms the skin before I'm going to put anything else on it. This little bottle has lasted me now, honestly, I think for about 5 months. I'm sure it will be running out very soon, but that's pretty good going 5 months. I only use that in the morning as well, not nighttime, just in the morning. And then next up, there's nothing on the bottle because I put it into my own amber bottles, but this is jojoba oil. I use this jojoba oil in the morning after my serum, and I use it at nighttime after I've used the foam and cleanser face wash. In the morning, I just use 3 drops, and in the nighttime, I use 4 drops. I've been using jojoba oil now since around Christmas time because I wanted to incorporate an oil into my routine, but one that hopefully wouldn't break me out. And jojoba oil is perfect for me. I think everyone is different. For example, I know some people, like my father, uses coconut oil on his face to moisturize. Personally, like that doesn't work for me. When I've used it on my face before as a kind of face mask, like I broke out. It just was too heavy for me. So jojoba oil for me is really light and sinks in really quickly and leaves me with a nice dewy glow, but it doesn't clog my pores or overwhelm my skin. So with an oil, I mean, everyone has their own way of putting it on, but I kind of spread it again, start from my forehead round, and then I kind of dab it with my palms to kind of press it in. Sometimes I probably rub it more than I should, but I always finish off by pressing my face with my palms just to kind of set the oil in place. So really recommend anyone that has oily or even oily combination, because I think I have oily combination skin, highly recommend jojoba oil. And then last but not least is a moisturizer. So I've been using this particular moisturizer for about 3 years now. So again, it's from the Sensitive Neutral Scent Free range, and it is called the Light Day Moisturizer. Again, it contains that ingredient willow bark, which is really calming, really balancing, and really nourishing for the skin. It also includes chamomile, which is really relaxing, and it also includes prebiotics. So setting your skin up for a good start. This is the Light Day Moisturizer, so it's not, even though it's a creamy one as opposed to a gel one, because I know some people with oily and acne prone skin will go for a gel moisturizer, but this one, even though it is a cream moisturizer, it is really light and really hydrating. So I use a pump of that, and I just use that in the morning, not in the evening, and it will be the final thing I do after the serum and after the oil. And again, I massage that in with my fingertips, and then I just kind of do little tapping motions over my face to set it in place. Yeah, I highly recommend this. I feel like whenever I put this on, whether it's after my 3-step moisturizing routine or whether it's by itself, it just instantly calms my skin. And if I feel like my skin is feeling quite irritated or hot or red, the moment I put this on, it just feels like almost like a cool sheet comes over my face. So absolutely love this product, and I've been using it for 3 years, and I'll probably keep using it for much longer. And then one other thing I want to mention, now we're getting into summer, is sun cream. So I used to be really naughty in the past and didn't really wear sun cream, and I regret it now because I have a bit of pigmentation damage on my face. But now, as many of you know, I am pregnant. Let's have a little look at the belly. It doesn't feel as big today. Like some days it fluctuates. Okay, no, it's definitely there. Like the belly's definitely there. It's just some days it feels bigger and some days it doesn't. So, but yeah, now I'm pregnant, I need to be even more careful with my skin, and especially because I'm going to be full-term in the summer. But again, like I've always been so particular about what sun creams I put on my face, because sun creams typically tend to be heavier, and if we're going to wear them, we tend to wear them like throughout the day in the summertime, and I don't want something that's going to clog my pores. So I've last year was the first year I used this particular product. I used it both in Italy and England, where there's different types of sun. So this is SPF 15. They do have higher ones. I think they've got 30 and 50. I tend to go for 15 just because I tend to go quite brown in the sun anyway. And it says it's non-irritating, it's non-greasy, it's water repellent. So I know at the moment a lot of us are stuck indoors and we're not thinking about going on holiday anytime soon, but just like for future reference, if you were to swim with it or go in the sea with it on, you wouldn't need to reapply it as soon as you get out because it is water repellent. It's especially for sensitive skin, and 87% of the ingredients in it are organic, and it protects from UVA rays and UVB rays. Some of the prime ingredients it includes our aloe vera, which we all know is really calming, really nourishing and really moisturising, especially on burns. Green tea, which is full of antioxidants. Apparently, the aloe vera green tea, marshmallow and avocado in it soothes, moisturizes and minimizes peeling. This one also has a tan accelerator in it, but a natural tan accelerator, which speeds up the tanning process by 25% and reduces fading by 50%. Suitable for sensitive skin and those prone to prickly heat. So I can highly recommend it. I used it last summer in Italy and in England, and I definitely feel like I didn't burn as much wearing it, maybe because it's got the natural tan accelerator in. But let's just try, and I don't know why it's blurry today. It's probably the light. There we go. So yeah, that is basically my skincare routine. I hope that was useful. And do head over to their page. I know that you can find their products on their page, but I also can get all of those products on Amazon as well. So if you're maybe a Prime member on Amazon, then check that out. But I would still advise going on their website first, looking into the different products they do, the different collections, the different ranges they do, reading reviews. They've also got different blogs on their website. So check them out. I hope that was useful, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Bye.